This is my Viper PST Gen 2 1:6. This is my 1:6. It has closed turrets on them. Clicks are really solid. Oh my gosh. Just super solid clicks, really positive. There's no wiggle. There's no wiggle in these turrets. Vortex on these, probably their higher end line, I would say it's 1:6 by 24. This Viper PST Gen 2, let's see, it has, so you have your brightness levels on this side, right here. But the rad thing about them is that every other one has an off. So you're on, off, brightness higher, off. So you can kind of keep it on your favorite setting and just turn it off right there so you don't have to spin it all the way around. 100% daylight bright. Eye relief is about average. I'm not going to say it's above average because it is pretty much average. Get a close up of this thing. It does come with a little sun shield. The ring itself is, you know, all scopes are pretty, now you don't want to move too fast, but it feels pretty average. Not super stiff, but not super loose. Right there in the middle. I would like a throw lever on it at that, which just because it's more of a quick fighting rifle. I mean, obviously you could shoot at 1 for close, and you can go pretty far, and then when you have to take a precision shot, put it down. It'd be nice to just whoosh, throw it real fast. I've been running this scope for at least 6 months now, and it's been a really good scope. This one's in, I believe, the MRAD, the mill, no, yes, the mill instead of MOA. I like to keep all my scopes, so it's mill. I like to keep all my scopes in the same thing. It's pretty much a crosshair with mills going, hash marks going down into each side, but the only lit part of the reticle is the very middle, so it acts kind of like a red dot, which I kind of like a little better because all my other dots are, all my other lit things are just dots, so it's really fast to just go up, see the dot, and go at it. Some people like the horseshoe, they think it brings their eye in a little bit more. Yeah, I could see that. I tend to think that it's harder to light just the whole shoe and then the dot in the middle or whatever they have. All the other ones are really dim, so when you get in the really bright areas and you turn on your 1 to 4, 1 to 6, 1 to 8, and you have a big lit reticle, it's not as daylight bright as something like this, because this one is definitely more bright than ran in the sun and everything, and it's definitely more bright than you probably need. So you have a lot of room of adjustment to bring it down. So I really like it, just a dot, because it doesn't matter how fancy the reticle is if you can't see it during the day. So if you're ever worried about that, don't be. The dot is super bright, and for the money, this is an awesome optic. When I'm doing training classes and people have red dots, and we're running drills and then we go out. So we went out to, my friends had dots, and I had a 1:6. I had this. When it went out to 100 yards, that's when it really, these rifles really started excelling, because my groups were, you know, so much tighter than a dot. They're just making, you know, hits on target, but I'm making headshots at 100 yards. So really a big difference identifying targets. I love running powered optics on my rifles for sure. Dots, I do have dots, like I had a Vortex AR. I love running those inside my house. I think, you know, because you're not, the shots are really close. You're just throwing, you know, you throw on white light on your rifle, and you're just, it seemed like a dot is a, you don't need everything else. You're never going to go to magnification. So if you had a dedicated house gun, a home defense rifle, I like the dot, but for a fighting rifle, a 1:6 far superior than a dot, I feel. Some people just like running dots and they can do whatever range, but for me, I like definitely like a magnifying optic. That's Vortex PST Gen 2 1:6.